EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing first play is Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this one too low.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now it's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Past the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First carry for Josh Jacobs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. He's got daylight. The 40, 30, the 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Carr's throw pulled in by Renfrow. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Carr. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
While the ultimate result was an incomplete pass, they sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 3. Ball on the 7. Carr now to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of two quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after one. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert on first down now. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Eckler now between the tackles. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert now. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Throwing left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders have recovered. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Carr escaping the pressure right. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's White. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The final shot here before half for Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Pulls it in at the 13. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, now Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Now that's a tough throw, because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On second down, Eckler. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 70. And the Chargers on the final play of the 3rd quarter have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Back to Renfrow again, complete. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Carr to throw again. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he fends him off. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's got room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Chargers 28, Raiders 14.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Now a man, and the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Carr.
And this one is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Carr to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Carr, got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
Mike Williams
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Raiders 14. Dustin Hopkins.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, it's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Kenneth Murray.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Chargers going to use the final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Now, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chargers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.